Alright guys, we are back with some more MX versus ATV Reflex. Today we have two crazy fun tracks to check out. They are new, and they are both by NWG. Now if you remember, we did do the historical Supercross tracks a while back in Reflex. There was like 4 or 5 of them. This is a part of that series he was doing. The All-Star series, I believe. This is a part of it. I believe there is 17 tracks or something like that. There's a ton of them. This is 92 Daytona, and then we have 1987 LA Coliseum. And that track is really fun. Both these tracks are pretty tough. He did say in his description that these tracks from 1992, I believe, which would be this track, and earlier, are not exact replicas. They're similar, but he kind of reimagined them to be more contemporary, I guess. So this track, I actually am kind of familiar with this track. This would have been the Stanton Bradshaw battle, the whole race, and it was muddy. Now, when I first saw it, I was thinking, it's rough. Obviously, it's very rough. Tons of ruts. A really good job there, but it didn't appear to be muddy. It is a bit muddy. Not terrible, but you do feel it. You do get out of control. This track is insane. It was almost, not in a bad way, but it was almost a bit annoying to play. But again, not in a bad way. It was just very, I don't even know if difficult is the right word. It was just really tough. There's ruts everywhere. It's fun. It's really fun. It's a very challenging track, but it's really easy to get out of control. And again, it isn't, if you're sitting there saying, this isn't how 1992 Daytona was, it's similar. It for sure has parts of the track that are similar to the way the track was in real life. The layout of the track, I believe, is correct, but this triple here, I'm pretty sure that triple isn't there, but I think it was just a section of straight, but I'm not sure. And then these whoops are there. I believe some of these other jumps are there as well. This kind of step up double into the corner. Pretty sure that's there, but the scaling is a bit bigger because it is a video game, and he scaled it pretty good to Reflex. I don't feel like, you know, some of the stuff you have to have some throttle control, especially on the second track you're going to see. And on this track, it's just kind of a hold it wide open and cross your fingers you don't go down. Again, the ruts are crazy good, but I feel like he did a really good job. He's really passionate about it. I know I talk about some of that stuff that the creator's saying. Some of you guys might not really care, but I do care because these are the guys that are keeping this game alive. You know, without them, I'm not saying Reflex wouldn't be still a great game to play and still, in my opinion, the pinnacle of arcade motocross games, but it's these guys, these creators that make it fun. You know, we have new content. They're just doing it because they enjoy the game. They enjoy the game and are pushing out new content for people on PC specifically. So yeah, it does matter to me what they say. He did say that all these tracks are very pro style, I guess, where if you're a beginner, maybe you're gonna have a tough time. And this track isn't so much that way. This track is tough because of how muddy it is and how ruddy it is, but if it wasn't muddy or ruddy, it really wouldn't be that bad. But some of the other Supercross tracks, I haven't played every one, but some of the Supercross tracks have some really tough lines. He does have a YouTube channel where he put out hot laps of each track, and I went back and saw what he was doing on some of the tracks I had played, and he definitely was hitting some lines that I hadn't seen. So he's a very good player, and these tracks are or can be pretty tough. But yeah, back to how historical it was. I believe this was Stanton going for his 4th Daytona win for him, I believe. It was a good race. It was a really good race. Mike LaRocca was there. I believe he may have got a podium as well, but it was a really good race the whole time. And it was muddy, but it did dry up at the end, and the main wasn't so bad. But at the beginning, yeah, it was definitely muddy. So yes, this is a 1992 Daytona, really well done and fun to play, and I encourage you guys to go check it out because it's fun, and there's a ton of them. So go check out all the tracks. This is 1987 LA Coliseum. This track, you can already see in front of us there how it goes up into the stadium. Crazy, okay? Excuse me. This track, this is tough, okay? We mess up here, but we do hit it better, okay? We do get like 2 decent laps in here. I did play on this track a decent amount, but yeah, it's tough. Okay, this track I feel like is definitely more difficult than Daytona, just in general, and then you can see how we jump down. I did let off a bit because it is easy to get reflex there, but we do give it a full send at the end of the video if you do want to see that at the very end. This section, you couldn't full send here. You did have to have some throttle control because it was easy to double and then over jump the triple, and then you couldn't get it. You can quad into that corner. If you mess up, you can step on, step off. This section, I do show you right now. We do a replay here. You can quad that. It isn't that bad. I don't know why. I did play on it for a while, but I kept forgetting it was there. So I kept messing up. So you did see us quad there. Step on, step off here. That was pretty tough. This section, again, you couldn't full send over it. You did have to hop up onto that table and have some throttle control. Here's a wheel tap. And then this section here with the whoops, you had to get a really good run out of the corner because those whoops, they don't appear to be that bad, but they kind of suck you down. Kind of can fall down into them, and then you can't hit this section. But you definitely want to triple and then step onto the top there, and then you're good. That was one of the toughest sections on the track because after you do it a couple times, it isn't that bad, but it's all about the entrance. If you don't set up for it right, you can't really do it. Here we take the inside, step all the way down, and then hop off here at the end. So this is another one of those tracks that it would have been before 1992, so the layout might not be exact. It's probably similar, excuse me. It's probably similar to the layout of the track, but the jumps and the rhythms and stuff, obviously, some of the stuff is pretty big, and they probably weren't hitting stuff quite this big in 1987. So, yeah, he made it more modern for the game. Just kind of reimagined it. So, really good job. Really, really fun. I do highly encourage you guys to try out these 2 tracks in particular, but for sure try out all his tracks that he released. He said he's been working on them for a yearish or over a year, so he's put in a bunch of time. He said he had a dream about a video game or whatever, so this was him kind of trying to bring that dream to life in Reflex by making a race series and whatnot. So really good stuff. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. I'd be curious to know which track was your favorite, if you played them, what you think about it. But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately. It really does mean a lot. And until the next video, take it easy.